We are live.
Yo.
We're live in 3, 2, 1. And yeah, welcome to Saturday Morning Serial. This is your host, Jacob Martinez, also known as Mr. Also. And to my left is Tez.
I'm on your left. Cool.
Yes.
Hey, on your left. On your left. What's
Right.
going on, y'all? It's Tez. No longer promoting the Testament brand and stuff because it's just there for, to chill and stuff. If you want to help support me, support my relaxation channel, Dark Morpheus ASMR. Other than that, we're here to have a good time, y'all. Talk about some Falcon and Winter Soldier.
To my right.
Hey, this is Aaron Hill, A Hill, AVH313. Hey, how's it going? Catch me on Twitter, AVH313, or on Twitch, Phoenix_Force313.
Sorry, and I want to apologize for not having an episode last week. I had surgery, major surgery, and I was in too much pain, and I could not muster the strength to get up and actually make the podcast. So, but we're back this week.
Oh, good. That's right.
Yep. We're back this week. I don't know if you guys want to start off with last week's episode and then go into this week's episode, or just go straight to this week's episode.
We can kind of, just touch on last week so it could show how we got here because, it's kind of disjointed. To jump from 1 to 3 because a lot happened in between.
But it was a quick recap is that last week they had finally Bucky and Falcon finally got together just because Bucky and Falcon, or Bucky did not like that Falcon gave up that shield. They both saw the new Captain America. Bucky didn't like it. He came to confront Falcon about it, and Falcon was on his way to a mission, which to go see about those super soldiers, right? And then they ended up going and finding a truck that had medicine in it, and then ran into the super soldiers and got in a fight on the truck. And then Captain America came and tried to save their butts. Then that's when they first met the new Captain America, and all of that happened. And then they tried to new Captain America tried to recruit them, didn't work. Then they decided that by the end of the episode, Winter Soldier decided he wanted to go see an old friend, which was Isaac, which was the Black Captain America, which was tested on. He was also had the U.S. told him to do stuff that he didn't want to do and things like that. And at the end of the day, he was no help, and he told him to get out their house, and he still had his powers that it showed. Bucky went to jail for missing his therapy, and then they decided that they were going to go see an old friend, which brings us to week 2, which was week 3. And in week 3, their old friend they went to go see was Zemo from. And if you don't remember Zemo, he was the guy from Civil War, protagonist of Civil War, and he was the one that killed the Wakandan King, or framed Bucky to kill the Wakandan King, but also the one that told Iron Man that Bucky killed his parents. So now we're at episode 3. So now did you guys have any comments on episode 2, first of all?
Oh, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, one of the key things about episode 2 that was really cool is they also introduced Isaiah's grandson, and if anybody pays attention, he becomes the
new Avenger, one of them young boys. Yes, sir. They building this new team from the ground up. We already got Cassie Lang. Okay, we got Hawkeye's protege already. We got the twins. Okay, and now they done introduced him. Marvel ain't slick. They think they is. They had already got all these boys and girls ready for action. So that's gonna be phase 5, in my opinion.
Oh, don't forget about Proton, because they're probably gonna make her the mentor for the new Avengers.
Proton, yep, I didn't think about that. You're right. And then I'm just waiting on them to introduce my girl Ironheart.
And Miss Marvel.
Yeah, Miss Marvel. Yeah.
Kamala Khan got her show coming, and her book just. Step away from her. Her book is so good. If you haven't read her book, read her book. Her book is so good. I love her book. Anyway,
I got introduced to her not just through the comic books, but through the Marvel Avengers game, because she is the main character in that game, and she's really good. It's really they did a really good job in that. Yeah.
And representation. It's
Right.
representation too, without being like in your face.
Right.
She's very proud of her heritage and everything, but that's not the only thing that matters to her character. She really just want to make Carol proud, and make
Right.
that name proud. But
Right.
she dope. Kamala Khan's
Mm-hmm.
dope.
Mm-hmm. She really wants to be Avenger, and that's what makes her. She wants to be a hero. She wants to be Avenger, and that's what drives her. Nothing else. Just being a hero. So it's a good story.
Anything else about episode 2 so far?
No, because it picked right up where that one ends. It end with them going to Gizemo, and then it will start right there. And
Okay.
Bucky being my dog. See, Bucky's starting to be the Bucky I like again.
Mm-hmm.
Where he just gets stuff popping, and we ain't got time to sit and talk about this. Okay, we need Zemo, so I set it up to get him out, and then he had this like Ocean's 11 style breakout.
Yes.
Yes.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically, right.
Hypothetically, right. Yeah. And then Zemo, I ain't even gonna lie. Zemo was my favorite this entire episode because he was so stupid. Like he was so silly this episode, bro. Like it was so out of character for the Zero that we know. Like I meant to start this podcast off with his dance. He's in that bug. Getting it in, Zemo. Zemo kind of stole this episode character wise for me because he let you know he slipped little stuff in there that's gonna matter later. Oh yeah, I ain't let y'all know I'm rich as hell. I'm a Baron.
Right.
Baron Zemo. He had the mask, which they're gonna talk about more.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that the mask, based on the MCU, was gonna be a reference to Thanos, the fear that color and look inspire. But I don't know because it looked like that bitch was just sitting in his car from day one. Like that might have always been his mask, but we'll see. As long as he don't start doing stuff with glue and adhesives, then I'm cool.
I think they're staying far away from that.
I hope so, man, because as a like I'm old school. Okay, we all old school. We read Gold Age, Silver Age comics, and he was obsessed with adhesives back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stay away from that.
Yeah, if they do that, then I wouldn't be surprised if DC goes and grab Condiment Man for the next Batman villain.
Could you imagine Condiment Man in the Robert Pattinson Batman?
Right.
He squirt ketchup and mustard on his face and get beat to death.
Right.
That would make me so happy. It would be the funniest thing ever. I don't like ketchup. But nah. So this episode is really good, though. I think, pronounce the name of the city. I always forget how to pronounce it. That fictional Madripoor. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's fictional Asian country. The cesspool, basically the pirate capital of the world, like in Pirates of the Caribbean and everything like that. That one cesspool place that everybody can go and be free.
Mm-hmm.
It was dope. I loved it.
Yeah.
You know what's so important about that, though? You know who lives there on this time off, right? Come on.
A lot of people.
Come on.
A lot of people be there.
Wolverine?
Ooh.
Yes.
He do be there a lot because he always looking for issues, and he obsessed with Asians.
Yeah, Wolverine lives there on his time off. So that's a key. It's solely X-Men location. That's the only reason they could use it since they got the rights back, which probably means I think that the rumor might be true that they're going with the mutants existed the whole time, was just hiding.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as they don't Martian Manhunter it from the Snyder Cut, and
Right.
You've been here this whole time.
I've been here. I just didn't care about what was going on. So
right.
But I can totally see that with Logan.
Yeah. Let's go back to Zemo. So what do you think Zemo's motivation is? Do you think that he is going to does he want to gain their trust? Is he gonna backstab him at the end of the day?
Not traditionally. I don't think he's gonna backstab them for the sake of backstabbing them. I think his goal is to destroy every ounce of that serum and everything that is made. And after that, he'll chill because that's his goal. He's not with the whole idea of supers. I think he made peace with Bucky, so I don't think he's gonna try to kill Bucky. But I do think that he gonna go at U.S. Agent, because I refuse to call that man Captain America.
Mhm.
And what's boy name? His sidekick, his superhero name, Aaron?
Battlestar.
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 How 80s is that, dog? They still calling you Battlestar? That's like calling him Starscream.
Right.
Wait,
I'm like,
yeah,
Bucky, stop the car.
Right.
Stop the car. Bucky was Battlestar, bro. You know, but yeah, I think I'm telling you, man, them boys got the serum. They got the serum, and they got that serum from Magipur. I'm telling you, dog. At least I don't know if Battlestar got it, but I'm telling you, U.S. Agent got that serum because that's where how he got it in the books was from the Power Broker. And through that whole thing, I promise he got some kind of serum because
Maybe they'll get it
he
later.
too cold with
Not
that
yet.
shield, dog. He too cold with that shield, bro. And even though everybody wants to say, well, look how they lost the fight on the trucks with them. Yeah, but he didn't want to play his hand, and neither did Bucky, because Bucky could have been getting busy on there, but he didn't want to hurt nobody.
Mhm.
And we know that he is a superior super soldier. He shows that this episode. I think Walker already got that serum or some variant of it, and just ain't showing out for the sake of hiding that, because it'll play his hand that he's been enhanced too. I swear, the way he dodged the question during the interview, there's like, you tested off the chart, yeah, So anyway, I don't trust this man, even though he got Kurt Russell face.
I don't think he got the serum yet. Because we've seen we've seen Sam with the shield. He got skills with the shield too. I think he's gonna they're investigating Zemo right now. It's gonna lead them to Madripoor, and him being in the mind state that he is now when he does take that serum. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I mean when he walks into Magipur by himself with a Captain America shield on, it's not going to go down easy. No, they are not going to accept that. They're actually probably going to attack him, and he's going to have to get something to get out of there, and that's probably going to be the serum that's going to be left over. That's somewhere left over. So
see, here's the thing about this guy, right? I don't trust him, and he not as squeaky as he pretend to be. Remember, he only pretending to be this guy. I feel like he gonna roll up in Magipur, and everybody gonna be like, "Oh, what's up, John? You ain't been here in a minute." Like he gonna already vibe with these kind of people, and that's gonna be like, "Wait a minute, what? You Captain America, but you in this cesspool and comfortable? That don't make sense to me." I feel like it ain't even gonna be like a battle. I feel like he gonna walk right up in there and know people, and people gonna be like, "Oh, I thought you was gonna show up." Winter Soldier was here and Zemo and stuff not too long ago. Oh, where did they go? I feel like he already in that underbelly, but I don't trust the man, so I wouldn't put it past him.
Trusting. One person I do not trust, and I hope I'm wrong, Sharon.
No, you can't trust Sharon.
I don't trust her.
Sharon been there for what, 5 years now? She didn't get dusted, right? So she been there the whole 5 years.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, Sharon.
She's the power broker.
That's what I was thinking.
She's a power broker.
No,
I think she works for him. I think she works directly for him, though. I think she is right under the power broker. I think she worked for him. I don't think she is the power broker. I think the power broker is still going to be who it is in the books. And that's going to come to a theory that comes later once we get to talking about theories. But
no.
I don't know.
She went from SHIELD to the CIA to this.
Right.
They got some explaining.
That's a big leap. That is a big leap.
It is a big leap. And for her, for her to be on the run and all that, it don't strike me as making sense, like from a necessity standpoint. I think it's a choice because, Sharon knows how to maneuver that kind of landscape. She'd have been the first person to get a plea deal, if she wanted it. But look how comfortable she is in Magipur. Look at her crib. Why would she want to go back to America and just live in a standard, studio apartment based on her government wages? Shit, I wouldn't want to go back neither, But I don't think I don't think she the head. I do think she's probably the Maria Hill to the power broker, though.
Right.
Because, they already had a little car waiting for her. Hey, you straight? Yep, come on. She was like, yeah, we got to talk. It's a couple problems we about to have. And I know it's a lot of theories saying she might be the broker. And that would be dope. I would be all for it, too, if that is the case. I just don't know. We'll see. Yeah,
I mean, she wasn't all the way there for, like, she didn't really care about getting back. Like, if you could do it, you could do it. You know what I mean? I mean, you owe it to her now, Falcon. Like, if you can get her back in, do it. But I don't think it's for where I really need to go back. It's more of like, now I could go back and see my family whenever I want to, but still come back here to do my job, whatever I'm doing here, right? It's not to go back and work for the CIA again. I mean, she's got it way better there. You know what I mean? She just can't go back home, you know? So, yeah, and maybe being, if she is the broker, maybe having ties with America makes her have more chances to get more money. You know what I mean? Because look at all the stuff that was in her apartment or where she was staying, all the original art that was there and all that stuff. And then Falcon was like, the Googler said, holy shit, y'all are right. You know, and stuff like that. I mean, but that's just more money that she could make, or the broker could make, but actually going back into America. I mean, it's a pirate city, right? So everything that's there is valuable, right? So why, if everything there is valuable, why not have access to America to actually sell all that shit for millions and billions of dollars, especially if they got originals? But, or it just be, hey, I would just want to go see my family once in a while and I'm come back. So
that makes sense to me.
You know, but like I said, that's just me being psychological. However they want to spin this, it's going to be the writer's decision at the end of the day. The crazy thing, that one thing, I saw a video with Stan Lee the other day. He was like, everybody's asking me who would win between Wolverine and the Hulk and blah, 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 blah. He's like, you know who will win? Whoever the writer says is going to win. That's it. Exactly. Right? All the hypotheticals go out the door. But
unfortunately, yeah. Accurate.
Right. So we got her, and then Zemo actually killed, or they found the guy who did the serum, right? And Zemo actually killed him. But one thing we figured out in that is that they actually, which was confusing to me, is they used the super soldier's serum or super soldier's blood to recreate the serum, right? My question is, whose blood? Because Isaiah. It could have been Isaac. No, it could have been, but it could have been Captain America's. Because you remember that Captain America's blood was taken in Agent Carter. Remember?
That's true, but he all clearly said that the person they had was in prison. They got him. The CIA had him.
Oh, okay, so okay.
That's why Sam looked like that when he said that. He's like,
poor Sam, dog. He's going through a roller coaster of emotions right now.
Yeah.
You know, to find out that, you know, all of this stuff that he just thought was sweet is not. You know, because he was a good old soldier. You know, he believed in the system and all that, and poor Sam.
Right.
And Zemo's stupid too. I mean, why would you plug him? You know good and well it's 2025 because the time jump. It's 2025. You don't think he has some sort of computer backup.
Right.
Zemo was like, oh, you the one who made it? Boop, boop. Like I told you, that's his mission. But Bucky needs to be careful because he is invaluable right now. And that's like an elephant in the room to me. Bucky is invaluable right now. Mm-hmm. He's like, besides the Flag Smashers, he is the only show in town.
Mm-hmm.
And his blood, though the serum that was used on him was the Hydra brand, so it was, you know, not exactly 100%. He still is super valuable if somebody get their hands on him. So I think that's going to end up being a plot point. But I want Sam to get some.
No,
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would like that to happen because he deserves it, man. And maybe not like the same drink that Steve got, but like just a little boost, give him a little something. But
Sam is too straight edge, man. He tries to be by the book as much as he can, unless it's to his benefit. And I don't think he agreed with the super soldier serum anyway. But he is a soldier. That's all he is. He's a straight soldier. Right. So he doesn't try to lead. He's just a soldier. Give me a task. I'm going to do it. Right. So
I have to fix that, though, because it's time for him to lead.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about that fight scene, though, in the shipping yard?
Well, yeah. Man. owned everybody that came through that door. She was May and Black Widow all in one. Like
Listen,
she did
man,
all of their
It's
stuff.
like,
Shield agents don't play no games, bro.
My God.
At all. Not Shield agents trained to kill, bro. She's stabbing people. I was like, yes, this is it. This is what she do.
Who trained her? Did May train her?
Probably.
No.
May was training everybody.
she was directly under Fury.
Oh, okay.
So she
Okay.
was one of Fury's angels. That's what I call her. She yeah, man, she don't play no games. And look who her fucking aunt was, dog. Like, of course she the truth, you know.
That's another thing. That's another thing why I think she's lying too. Her aunt was
Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
I mean,
Your aunt is a founding member of the organization. You was a
she
part
could have
of.
cut a deal based
You
on
coulda
that
got back.
alone.
Yeah, facts. Straight facts, you know.
And finding out your uncle is Steve Rogers.
Right.
Oh, that probably was heartbreaking.
Right. And she kissed him.
Luckily,
Yes.
luckily, no blood relation. So that's the only thing. I mean, it's still nasty. It's still like, oh, that's Uncle Steve. But you know, no blood relation makes it legal. So.
Well, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, but that shipyards fight is highlighted in the episode. No Falcon wings this episode. He was stripped down. He had to play a character that was pretty interesting. What's his name? Tiger Claw.
Tiger Claw drinking snake shots.
And he's an actual Marvel character. Too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, so he had to play Tiger Claw, which was very interesting. Yeah, he had to drink snake venom shots. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about it? It felt weird to me, but how did you feel about Zemo using Winter Soldier on command like that?
It was a role. It was an act.
It's part of his agenda.
Right.
It's part of his agenda, but I don't know what that agenda is. But I don't know if it's part of his agenda in the sense for control or if it's him feeling out Bucky to see like if he really is cured. Because Buck turned it on.
Yes.
Like, oh, okay. You want me to get funky in here?
Right.
Okay,
right.
watch me get down. And Sam was like, "Hey, bro, chill. You know, come on." And Zemo like, "No, you can't tell them to chill. They'll kill us if they think he's not really him." But at that point, was he acting, or did he?
That's
really
what I'm saying. Like it made me feel weird because it's like, yo, like how it's crazy how you could just go back into that role of, oh, I'm in control of this dude right now. Like this dude controls me, right? And he just fucked all of them up just on command, right? So
the only saving grace to that is that they got to live. And Winter Soldier don't leave nobody alive when he is his truth.
Yeah, he would have snapped some necks.
I feel like he did dip his toe, but he still, because he's such a good actor, bro, that he was in Winter Soldier mode, but you could literally see the humor on his face when Sam was drinking them shots.
Yeah. Yeah, he was brooding and all angry and shit without the long hair.
It don't look right without the long hair. It don't look the same. It's different. It's weird because him having that short hair makes him a superhero to me now. It's like... But yeah, he got a lot to deal with.
Yeah,
it's only gonna get worse from here because the fight is only gonna get harder. You ain't just beating up some thugs in the bar because that's cake.
Right.
But I don't know, man. I'm concerned for Buck. I'm just worried for Buck in general because he's valuable because his blood and his mental state is still questionable. So they got to take care of him, man, because by the end of this, this could go bad for him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the least of his worries because we seen who showed up at the end. So
my girl Ayo. So,
yeah.
everybody's favorite second in command, Ayo, shows up at the end. You see, I knew it was gonna be her. I literally said who it was going to be. as soon as I seen the Komoyo beat, because I was like, okay, Okoye is busy because of the state of Wakanda right now.
Right.
We don't know the fate of what's going on with T'Challa because of the unfortunate passing of my boy Chadwick.
Right.
But I was like, it's gonna be Ayo because she's second in command of the army, and she the one who always show up when it's time for action. She the one who was about to put hands on Widow.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the more important part. She was the personal bodyguard for King T'Chaka when he got blown up, so it's personal for her.
It's personal for her too. Yep, she was also the personal bodyguard to the royal family. So, you know, and if anybody thought for a second that you're gonna let the murderer of our sovereign roll free for any amount of time without us knowing, the only reason that she ain't attacked them on sight is because Bucky is the White Wolf.
Yes. Yeah.
Period. That's why she's like, I'm gonna give you a chance to tell your story, white man. You need to explain what's going on here, because you, for a fact of all people, should want him dead as much as we do. Right. He framed you, set you up, so you need to talk. And Buck's so cool with it that he knew that she was tracking them for a minute. You could tell by how he was acting. He's like, I'm gonna catch up with y'all. Because I need to go have a little conversation with my girl Ayo. And I don't think that's gonna go as bad as it seemed like it's gonna go, but it's gonna go bad at some point. Because she gonna be like, listen, I do not care about all of that. I just need him either in jail or dead. One of the two. You choose. Okay.
Like just wait until this is over with, and I got a feeling it's gonna lead to General Ross showing up.
I hate General Ross. Okay, I hate General Ross. I have always hated General Ross since I was a child, okay? Because I hate hypocrites, and I hate arrogance of that level to think that only you should be able to determine what's going on with some kind of experimentation or superheroes that you, the only person, think you can control that. So you want to talk about the Sokovia Accords when your experiment destroyed Harlem.
Yes.
Okay.
With the super soldier serum.
With the super soldier serum and an experiment on Blonsky, you was responsible for the abomination. You did that, sir. Okay, but you want to talk about collateral damage and stuff like that. Sokovia, they was trying to help people.
Right.
And it just so happened that a bomb got misplaced and, lives was lost, as opposed to it blowing up on the ground where it was before she moved it and killing that whole area.
Right.
So,
but I think that the Sokovia Accords were mainly just because of Iron Man having too much power, and just because he was paranoid, decided to create a super robot, which backfired on him. And because of that super robot, which was Ultron, Sokovia you lost the whole fucking country, right? You know what I mean? So that was number one. Then number two, you got a freaking Scarlet Witch that doesn't even know her powers yet. Don't even know her powers yet. And then she ended up taking the explosion and exploding it at a building on accident but now look at her. She freaking took over a whole fucking town. You know what I mean? So I can see why he wants it, but at the end of the day, you're right to where they need these superheroes, because if they didn't have the superheroes, Thanos would have just it would still be a thing, and half of the world would still be gone.
But it was so quick too, because he just showed up, took everything, and that'd have been that. Right. But my problem with Ross, it's not that you want to set up a structure for it, that you want to set up rules and stuff, because that's the same thing Nick wanted. It's the fact that I don't trust you, because you only interested in control for your own means, which is why, spoiler alert, you're going to end up being the Red Hulk at some point. I still think that's going to be a thing, because that's
I think it's going to be this.
It might be this. It might be this, yeah, because this is, serum relevant and, stuff like that. It might be this. The Thunderbolts is definitely on their way at some point. His Avengers team, the Thunderbolts. I just can't stand Ross, bro. I just can't. He's so whack, dog. I don't want to get too political and stuff, because that's another way for you to start getting in trouble. Are you talking politics, political? But anyway,
he's like Stryker, right? Like Stryker in X-Men, right?
Like Stryker.
You know what I mean? To where Stryker has its own agenda, but Stryker really wants to make sure that the X-Men or the mutants are in check, right? So I don't know.
Well, maybe he got. Well, they never really talked about his fate much. Maybe he got dusted for 5 years too. Maybe he got a new perspective on life if he did get dusted.
Yeah, because you didn't see him anywhere before everybody came back. You know what I mean? Not in contact with anyone. So maybe he did get dusted.
A lot of people saying that he the broker. I don't think so, but a lot of people saying that.
It could have happened.
Ross wouldn't fall that far from grace. He's a government tool.
Yeah, but
he is a government tool, and
but within those 5 years, there wasn't no government. Like the government was basically shot. So in shambles. So whatever happened within those 5 years could have been illegal, right? Where'd they get the super serum in the first place? So where'd they get the blood in the first place, right? Who brought the super soldier blood to him? That's a question, right? Somebody had to have access to it. Nobody just ran up like, ooh, now we go get the super soldier blood. No, somebody had it and somebody gave it to them, right? So the power broker has to be somebody that's important, or at least know somebody important. Yeah, know somebody important to get that. So
what if it's Nick?
That would be funny.
It just hit me out of the blue. Like, what if it's just Fury? Like keeping things in line by letting them not be in line. Because that's how Nick get down. Like he'll let some debauchery go on and stuff. But as long as I'm here, I'm keeping it control. What if it's Nick? That'd be hilarious.
It probably is not Nick, but it could be a Skrull.
It could be a Skrull because that's part of his reach.
Right.
Some Skrulls. That would be funny though if it was either him or that. But my theory on who it is, when we get to the theory portion, I'm gonna break it down. And if I'm right on this one, it'll be hilarious and it'll be awesome. But it won't really have any major impact on anything as far as like bringing in mutants or nothing like that. It'll just be a cool little funny Easter egg.
You know how many people can be Skrulls though? Old girl could be a Skrull.
Who? Sharon?
Sharon could be a Skrull.
That's true.
5 years is a long time to infiltrate.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. People could have dusted, but they infiltrate and be them, and people be like, "Oh, okay, you just didn't dust."
Right.
It covers itself. So yeah, you're right. It's a ton of people who might not be who they used to be.
Because there's no telling who Nick Fury told to go down to replace this person as a Skrull, because we need that person there, right?
And we only know when Nick. There's no clear timeline for when Nick actually left.
Oh no, there is. Yeah. There is. I explained that a couple weeks ago. You weren't. I don't think you were here. So there was right after in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when Fury met with when Fury helped what's his name, Coulson beat the guy that got the superpowers. When he gave him that black box, he told him, "I'm going away for a long time, very far away for a long time." That's when he left.
Okay. So that's when they saying is the clear cut time when he actually left, when they killed Mr. Twister himself.
Yes.
Always cut off the head. Okay, wow, that's what it does.
Because that was after Civil War, right? That was after Civil War, after he burned all of his stuff. Was it Civil War, right? No.
No, the Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, right? After Winter Soldier, after he burned all that stuff. And then next time you see him in another movie, which was not him, which was the Skrull, is when in Age of Ultron, when he came with the helicopters, when he came with the helicarriers to save the people in Sokovia. But that wasn't him. That was Skrull.
That was Talos. Interesting.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, like I said, everything after season 2 or 3 doesn't count for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They said,
that's kind of good because Coulson thought the Hydra was doing stuff with the soap.
Yes, that was funny. Oh man,
it started getting weird. So that's cool. I would like to see Quake show up though, and be relative to this whole thing going on, because she'd be an asset. But
I would love to. Just hope for Powerpuff Girls to get canceled.
Right. I mean,
like
if Charmed isn't canceled by yet, Powerpuff Girls is probably gonna last at least 3 seasons.
I can only talk about one of those two things because I watched the first 6 episodes of Charmed because I said I was gonna give it the college try. As a fan, I owe it to you guys to at least give your reboot a try. And within 6 episodes, they had almost jumped to the level of ability and stuff that it took 3 seasons for the original show to do. And if that's not a pacing problem, I don't know what is. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the issue with that shit. But I digress. I'm not against this Powerpuff Girls movie. I just don't understand.
Oh, it's a show. It's a show, not a movie.
I don't know if that's better or worse. Oh, it's a CW
It's a
show?
CW show. That's what I was saying.
Condemning it for me.
but Donald Faison, aka Turk from Scrubs, he's Professor Utonium.
He's Professor Utonium.
So when we talk about Donald Faison, it hits me personally, okay? Because for a long time growing up, I had to deal with parallels to this guy. Okay. And for a long time, people used to call me him, and it used to piss me off. Okay, especially during the Clueless TV show era, because we have similar style, and I love Donald Faison now. That's my guy. Okay, you know, he did Kick Ass, and he's done a lot of cool roles since then. He was in Pitch Perfect, and you know, he's more of a cameo guy now. He show up, people like, hey, look, it's Turk. You know, but you know, without Turk, you wouldn't have a Fortnite dance, you know. But why is he all of a sudden this brother?
Professor Utonium.
Out the blue, is the Professor Utonium just some brother out the blue now? And you know, I never mind, you know, changing the character, you know, mixing it up race wise and stuff. You know, I'm not against it because you know, whatever, you know. But why? What's the reason? Did he do an experiment? Now he black?
I don't know.
Find out.
Right.
It's just other people who could have fit the role like better, you know. Like, what's my man?
I mean, it's better than making a Mojo Jojo.
Bro, no, bro.
they would have got canceled by the end.
Like Twitter, everybody would have. The Beehive ain't got nothing to do with it, but they'd have been part of it. Oh, right. Don't do that. Don't do that, because the little boy for the fashion clothes had the monkey on his shirt.
Right? Yeah. The H&M thing. Yeah, didn't work out.
But so, I'm gonna give it a shot. When it drops, we got to talk about it.
Right. All right. So let's talk about theories. I mean, we already got some of the theories. I think that some people are scrolls. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. But I also think that I think they're gonna have help with Wakanda for this one. And I think Aaron froze. Aaron, are you frozen? Oh, Aaron's frozen.
Power Broker got him.
Let's see. I don't see him. Well, hopefully he'll come back. All right, Brett says, sorry, you wanted to go last, so let's go first. It's your theory. We'll try to get Aaron back.
Okay, so Power Broker in the comic books. Power Broker is a thing, you know. The 616 universe, which is, you know, the standard universe, Power Broker, right? I think it's going to be the same guy from that universe, from the standard comic universe. Now, here's where the silly part goes, but it will be awesome if it happens, and it's completely doable. Okay. The Power Broker worked with a doctor by the name of Carl Malus, who I think is the guy who they just went to go see. The you know, the experiment guy for making super soldier serums. The Power Broker's name in the 6-1 universe is Curtis Jackson.
Like 50 Cent?
Okay? Like 50 Cent.
Oh, okay.
What if it's still him and they get 50 Cent to play him? That's my theory. That, because like I said, it wouldn't have no big impact on like story wise or nothing like that.
Yo.
What if Curtis Jackson plays Curtis Jackson, the Power Broker?
Yo.
What's the name of his show?
Power.
Dog. He would totally do it, bro. I'm telling you.
That's
he would totally
crazy.
do it, bro.
If that shit happens, I'm gonna jump the fuck out of my seat so high, dog. Like, seriously? Bro.
Okay.
That would be fucking mind blowing.
On on some of my theories, I didn't have a leg to stand on. I just thought it would be cool, like my whole Dick Van Dyke theory. That was just something I was just shopping, But this could happen, bro.
Yes, it could. It could exactly happen.
Because it makes sense. It would just fit. It would be the perfect Easter egg. And who don't like money?
Right.
Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent like money.
Right.
And ain't nobody got as long a reach as Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you want to make some money? yeah, I'll do it. Make this money, use it to fund another season of Power, one of his many spinoffs.
Right. And he's in the Marvel universe. I mean, I think he was trying to be in the Marvel universe before, wasn't he? Oh, Aaron's back. Here he goes.
Yeah. Skype took a dump. Happy Microsoft week, everyone.
So I don't know if you heard or if you saw. Did you hear Martez's theory?
What's the theory?
Okay, go ahead,
Okay.
Martez. I'll let you do it.
So I'm gonna run it from the beginning with you. Okay, they already got the doctor with the super soldier serum who worked directly with the power broker, right? That's the same thing that happened in the books. In the books, the power broker's name is Curtis Jackson.
50 Cent.
So what if it's still him in the show and they actually cast 50 Cent to play him? His most famous thing that he's done lately is Power. He would be the power broker. It would just be the coolest Easter egg. And Curtis 50 would totally do it. If they asked him to, he would totally do it. I don't see him saying no to that because why would he? Why would he say no to a check?
Like I would. That's very interesting to me. Like I said, if it happened, I'll jump out my seat. Like it ain't nothing.
So we got 3 weeks to see what happens. Well, shoot, it's probably gonna happen next week. We're gonna find out who he is, he or she. Because let me be clear, the power broker could be a woman.
Yes, it could. Mm-hmm.
And before it got cut off, before Microsoft decided not to play nice with me. Yeah, you're bringing up Mojo Jojo. They just found an actor to play as him too. I don't know how this is gonna turn out.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that after these theories. All right, so what's your theory, Aaron?
As for the power broker, my guess it'll be, who knows? It could be someone from their past, someone that worked. I'm thinking of someone that worked with Zola. So I don't think we're done with him yet. He was a series of data tapes and stuff. So I think he's still out there somewhere, or they're affiliated with Armin Zola somehow, because it looks like everything's circling back to Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
It always does.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Hydra still could be working behind the scenes still.
They ain't done cutting off the heads, man. Hydra was there for deals with Ant-Man now, and that was very recent stuff that happened, So Hydra you can't kill Hydra, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally their thing. You can't kill us.
Right.
And now they got the appropriate rights to the Von Struckers too. Might be able to see the rest of them, the crazy family now, because the other half was with the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And they were so much harder than the one we got, because you see he was ready to roll over as soon as the Avengers showed up. The other Von Struckers would have been like, nah, bro, this is to the death.
Right.
Hydra.
Right.
You know what's wrong with you, boy.
Right.
Yeah, used the Von Struckers from the show The Gifted that got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
We have some decent stuff that get canceled, man.
They canceled The Runaways. Oh,
that was a good show. I like that show.
What did you think? Did they ever announce that Daredevil thing for Disney Plus? Are they bringing Daredevil to Disney Plus, or are they actually going to redo it?
They're going to use the same actors but redo it. None of those shows count in the MCU. None of them. Starting from scratch.
That brings another interesting theory about the power broker, because there is a very, very powerful character. As far as when I say power, I don't mean like strength and shit, but power of accumulation and funds and stuff like that, who Daredevil already introduced. And if they bring in all the actors and actresses back, it could very well be Elektra.
Could be.
Poor. Yeah.
It could be. To be honest with you, yes. And it'll be smart to just start off with her instead of going a whole season without her.
That's how they tie her into that putting her as the power broker ties the new Daredevil thing that they're doing into the MCU instantaneously, you only got to answer a bunch of other questions because now Matt could just show up in Spider-Verse and you only have to explain it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they already part of the MCU. Matt is Peter's lawyer.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, I think that's not a bad idea. You know, and you know, Madripoor probably right around the corner from Shangri-La.
Right. Yeah.
So it would make things easier. So I don't know.
I'll rephrase that. They'll get majority of the actors back as much as the actor Finn improved in season 2 of Iron Fist. No, they're gonna probably recast.
I can only go with him. I can only go on a couple episodes and what the fans say about him, and it's all bad.
No, it drastically improved in season 2. They got rid of the showrunners. He did. Material
right. And like I said, that's what I say. I think it was more the writing because they tried to write him like he was a brat. You know what I mean? And in the first, like he was just like a brat, like, oh, I just want to come home. I just want to meet my family. Blah 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 blah. Why do I got these powers? Blah 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 blah. I don't want to be Iron Fist. All that, like a big old baby. Then it's like a fucking hero's journey, but like if you casted it for a 3-year-old, right? So he was
he was Oliver Queen.
Basically yes. To be honest with you, bro, they did that show just like fucking Arrow.
Interesting.
Only the opposites, like Tess said. Island fixed them.
Everything. The island fixed everything.
And then Iron Fist, the island broke Iron Fist.
Yes. Yeah.
Oliver, how come you can smell blood? Island flashback. Oliver, how come you got X-ray vision? Island
flashback. Yeah, so many flash. Hey, where did this guy from? Where do you know this guy? Island flashback.
With the same music every time.
Right.
Then the final 2 seasons.
Right. They finished it on the island. Yes.
Fast forward.
Right. Man, that was a struggle. It wasn't a struggle, but it was just like, man, why do you guys can't just keep everything in current times? Why everything got to be fast forward or rewound? But it kept the show on for a long time, so.
You know how happy I was? They said no more flashbacks to watch the next season to see it was fast forwards. I'm like, come on, man.
All right. So any more theories? We got any more theories about next episode or where we're going?
Nah, I'm just sticking with the General Ross. He's gonna have to show up, in light of the Dora Milaje showing up for Zemo.
Well, yeah. Somebody's got to question why Zemo's out, and if it ain't the new Captain America, it's somebody else. So, but the new Captain America, I think next episode he's going to have a rough time next episode. If he shows up in that city. Because like I said, I don't think that he has any ties or anywhere. I honestly think that he's on steroids, and I think that he's gonna try to get some answers out of where he's at. But him showing up in that suit on that island is gonna be a problem for him, especially after the Winter Soldier and Falcon was already there. Right.
Thanks for reminding me. I got a problem with plot armor here. Sam, he's using the same damn phone they tracked him with.
Yeah.
Why didn't they track him with that phone?
Right.
He clearly picked up that phone in Madripoor to speak to his sister.
Yes.
What is wrong with the new Cap? So you're telling me they're also stupid?
Right. No. He's dumb. Yes, he is. But he also does not have the same contacts. How the fuck are you 2 days behind Falcon and Winter Soldier? You're 2 days behind, right? Not 2 hours. No. You're 2 days fucking behind them. How'd you go to see Zemo 2 days later? Right? So
that's because he going by the book like that, and the book is slow. They Sam and them is using they smarticles. they using they connects, they getting messy. And they got to, but I don't know if he willing to do that.
No, he
to
is.
that level.
He's willing to do it. That's what he said. The last thing he said in the last episode, that he's gonna go off the books. It's just gonna be them two from now on. They're not gonna do everything by the book anymore. But that's gonna fuck him up. But that's gonna fuck him up.
But it might not, because like I said, we don't know this guy, man. We don't know how filthy he may actually be. You know, he might get that whole good old boy impression off the cuff, but you know, he might have built his reputation on the bodies of a lot of people. You know, I feel like this guy is a lot dirtier than.
No, I agree with that.
It's being portrayed, and by dirty, I don't even mean like necessarily like criminal or nothing like that. But I just feel like he not no Boy Scout. You know, shit, Steve wasn't no Boy Scout. You know, he just was a man of honor no matter what the situation was. You know, the difference between John and Steve is that John believes in America. John believes in the government. Steve believed in truth and justice. Period. Didn't matter where it was coming from. You know, if my government is not showing truth and justice, I fight against it. I fought against Shield. I fought against
threw down the Shield.
Sokovia Accords. He threw down the Shield. You know, even though somebody I considered a close friend was trying to kill my other close friend out of rage and revenge and the lack of understanding. So I stood against him for that, even though that's a close friend of mine, but it wasn't justice. You know, Steve stood for justice.
And by the end of the day, Captain America wasn't Captain America anymore. He was Captain Universe. Yeah. Right? He was Captain, I'm saving the fucking universe.
Everything. Right? All people.
Because
just America.
Right, because he threw down the America shield. He was like, I'm not representing this because it's not what I want to represent. He was just a hero. He was Captain Universe, basically. That's the way he ended it. And I think that's kind of what's wrong with Falcon too, because he's like, there's some reason why, and I was there when Captain threw down his shield. Right? Captain threw down his shield and stripped Captain America away for a reason. Right? Why do I want to come back and represent that? You know,
you're gonna have to figure it out too, because I'm wondering. Last thing, I don't know if we can close on this or not, but the last question that I got is Steve. Steve was old when he gave the shield, you know, so we know he old as hell. But is he with Fury in space, or did he actually die? You know, where's Steve? You know, what's going on?
He said he just want to be left alone. He retired. Nobody bother me. And after all that, I respect it. It's like,
I respect it too. I just wonder, is he sitting in a crib like Isaiah was? You know,
yes.
or is he somewhere, you know, more protected? You know, like I don't think he's on the moon per se, but
no, only the Avengers know, like more like Bucky and Sam, because if you watch the first episode, they act like he died fighting Thanos, so they're keeping it secret. So if anybody find out he's still alive in old age, they're gonna pester him to death.
Right.
So Sam and them can see him what they want to. Is just they're just being respectful of his wishes. But I have a feeling that is one theory thing. I think we're going to see Chris Evans again as old man Steve Rogers, because I think this current Captain America is going to do something so bad that he's going to be like, you know what?
my theory is that I think that that Captain America came from a different timeline, and he probably went back. Because he stayed in one timeline to stay with Peggy, right? Because he couldn't come back to this timeline because then they said things would have changed, but I don't think he could have came back to this timeline. The only way that he could have came back to this timeline is if he traveled here, and he just traveled and came back and get the shield, and then he went back wherever he was. So.
Nah, I think it's going to be old man Cap. I think he just refused to come back after Return to Stones. He's getting it.
The other theory about that is that
that's a plot hole to me, by the way, though.
Unless it's self-fulfilling. The way it wouldn't be a plot hole if it was self-fulfilling. And what that means is that this was always meant to happen, and it always did happen, in the sense that old man Steve has always been here. And it was always meant for him to go back in time and do it. He was always here. He just sat and he watched the events unfold because he knew he couldn't act because it would change the timeline. So Steve always went back with Peggy.
Right.
And Peggy had a husband that nobody never saw, nobody never talked about. It could have been Steve the whole time. And
That's
he
what
just
they're
didn't
saying.
act. That's what they're saying, is that it was self-fulfilling prophecy, that all of these events had to happen this way.
Just one.
And that it always did happen this way, and that
Mhm.
when they went to do the mission for him to actually leave, that he was always sitting there in the park because he knew the date because he was there. Oh, I'm just gonna sit here, and then as soon as I leave, I'll be sitting here on this bench, and they'll see me, and I'll give Sham the shield. He waited for it for, what did they say, 75, 80 years, and then he knew what the date was going to be when the mission was supposed to take place, and he just came and showed up, because it's not like he showed up on that bench through technology. It's like he just was there,
He
like,
was just
okay,
sitting there.
I was just sitting here, I got the shield and stuff for you, here you go, brother, it's your turn now. And Sam, being Sam with his self-doubt, wasn't ready for it, but at the same time, Steve know what he be doing, man. Sam gonna come around. It's just he idiot right now.
It's a hero story. It's a hero story.
It is. It is.
It's a hero story. He's in the phase to where he doesn't want it, right? He knows it's there, but he doesn't want it. So, well, yeah. So, anything else? Only other question I got about this episode is about the main protagonist, the super soldiers. It seems like they did cross the line. Now they're actually killing people. They killed the whole fucking what's the name. So, it's not all hunky dory to where we're just trying to steal stuff to feed our families or to help our situation out. Now they're actually killing people.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't like that too much, in the sense that it is what it is. It's just, I was like, oh, okay.
That was their goal. I mean, she said the whole time they want the things back to the way they were doing the blip, which means chaos. So, so I already saw that one coming. It's just gonna get worse from here.
It was like yeah. They have the true villain story to where the villain is they got a fucking reason why they're doing their things, but they're doing it by any means necessary, and hurting people is part of that. So, yeah. So I guess we do have a main villain or main villain group. I just don't know how they're gonna kill all of them, or what they're gonna do to lock them up or what. So, yeah. And then we're gonna have some super soldiers versus super soldiers.
Zemo's gonna kill him. I'm telling you, that's his whole entire mission. I think that Zemo just want them dead, and when they're dead, then he'll call it a day.
Nah, he said he gave his motif in Civil War. He wants no superheroes around. He feels that no superheroes should have power. So now he'll get away, and then he'll start plotting. And if what was it? They use another show as an example, Titans. If you ever watched that, with Deathstroke, where he said, "Don't get back together. You get back together, I will come back, and I will end you." So that's gonna be Zemo's thing. Don't reform the Avengers. Just don't do it, or I will be back.
But Zemo not about to. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because it's possible, but Zemo gonna have to be real careful now that Wakanda's on his ass. Because when he was in jail, he was safe.
Right.
Okay, he's locked up. We'll leave him alone. But now that you're free, it's open season, man. And
yeah, but I don't know if they're gonna kill him, but they're actually probably going to take him back to Wakanda to go again and get judgment, because that's how they do. So, if you do Wakanda, if Claw was still alive, that's what Claw would be doing. He'd be in judgment, with Wakanda. So he's gonna definitely go back to Wakanda and get judgment, which I don't know what their judgment means. I don't know what that entails. But maybe they'll throw him in the water with Namor.
Or they kill his ass. They just want to do it themselves, so they know that the job got done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How many people have? Well, the only person that I saw them kill was old dude. What's the name's father? But he had to do it. His brother wasn't T'Challa's brother.
Volumes.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Because he he killed his own brother. Okay,
right.
He killed the prince on the GD. Like on GP, he killed his own brother for the country. Like,
he had to.
A traitor.
He had
to save his friend.
He did it to save defense. He did it for self-defense.
He could have let Uncle Aaron get shot. Whatever. This your brother, dog. Like, this your blood brother. That shit was for Wakanda, dog. and then they left the body and the boy. Damn. Like, y'all all cool. That was T'Chaka's rule, though. So it's a different rule. T'Challa don't get down like that. Which is the reason Zemo's alive in the first place.
Yes.
And I don't know if they're going to, like you said, I think judgment don't necessarily mean that they're going to kill him in this case. Now, under this leadership, I think it would be more Wakandan imprisonment, which means you're not getting out, bro. It's a wrap. You locked up forever.
I want to see a Wakanda's prison. Like, I need to see that. I need to see what that entails.
How do you get out of Wakanda prison? Like, consider it for a second. How do you even manage to get out of there? Like,
everything's made out of vibranium. There's no way that you can get out of it.
There's no tech you can use to get out because your tech is going to be inferior. Your guards is probably Dora's.
Right.
Well,
you can't be no Dora, dog. You not
probably could have helped, but but we will never know because remember he said he was in prison and they branded him. He was in jail, but he got out. I'm like, how did you escape? But we'll never know now.
Yeah, we'll never know. All right. Yeah. So, all right. So that's the end of today's episode. Thank you guys for watching again. If you guys like what you see, like, subscribe, and share this with your friends if it's on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. Once again, I am Mr. Also, aka, or my real name is Jacob Martinez. Marcez is sleeping.
No, I'm just thinking about that. Curtis Jackson, the power broker. I'm telling you, I had to say it one more time. Watch what happened, bro. It's gonna be 50.
I think he broke my Skype with that theory.
I broke the internet with that theory. Watch this shit. It's like a Kardashian twerking. I just broke the net with that.
Right. All right, man. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Do you guys want to share any socials or anything before we leave?
Well, you know where to find me. AVH313 on Twitter and Phoenix_Force313 on Twitch.
All right.
There you go. Just go check out Dark Morpheus on YouTube and enjoy some role plays.
All right. See you guys next week.